Good morning. I'm just on my local high street currently, where preparations are happening for the Mahalakshmi Temple Chariot Festival. That's going to be today later on, but at the same time it's also going to be the Walthamstow Temple Rathayatra, and I made a commitment to that community that I would be there this year. So while I can't be here this year for, my own high street celebrations, I'll still spend this morning capturing some of the preparations, some of the ambience, and then I'll be on my way over to Walthamstow to photograph for the rest of the day. I think this is actually one of the final ones of the summer, really, because next week will be Ganesh Utsav, or Ganesh Visarjan, which will be collected on sea, and I really look forward to that. But that will be its own video, and that will kind of rounds off the summer of chariot festivals and various Hindu events. Obviously not the end for the year, but the end of this particularly exciting time where every weekend there's sort of something. I think this year's been pretty good. I've not really shared any images anywhere, not even in the videos I've made yet. I know that the photographs will be useful for quite a few different projects. Obviously there'll be one just for the event itself, as in chariot festivals in London or chariot festivals across England, and then there's also elements of the images that will be useful for the Hindu diaspora as a whole project within England, and then the cultural events, diaspora cultures in general. It's all potentially possible from images that I make during these and during other things that I attend, and other people who I document as people, as their lives, their families. But I think this year was a good one for Chariot Festival. My photos in particular, I think I took some of my best, so I have a feeling that some of these projects, or at least one, might be in the process of rounding off, making sure that I've got everything that I need, and then I might start sequencing into some kind of publication. Just a particularly dirty car. On my way to Walthamstow now, and by that I mean I'm in Walthamstow, and I'm just walking to the temple, which I can see in the distance ahead of me, and it looks like they're just starting to construct things. Hopefully I'm on time for the prep. I know the guy who has the hooks through his back for this procession. He's got me on Instagram, and he's very insistent that I send photos, so I'll be sending those as long as I get them, which will be what you're probably seeing on screen now as I work. But what does that do? How do you put the film? He's a milky photographer, this one. Arriving now at the temple. Here's the main chariot, and the procession is onwards from here throughout the day. One of my favourite features at these events is the tables like this that are set up by people coming outside of their homes to make offerings as the procession goes by, and in return their home is blessed, and it's just a nicer sort of small intimate, usually nice family moments from these. It's quite nice to work on. So the procession's just started, and it's very crowded towards the front, so I've just popped by next door, next to where the temple is, to where it'll be the conclusion later in kind of a summer fair kind of vibe, but it's nice and peaceful, and I'll see what the food situation is, and also see if there's any peaceful, simple portraits I can make in here. So we've just come out onto the high street. I reloaded my roll after finishing, which is good, and my goal for the rest of the day is just to finish the roll that's currently in the camera, and that will set me up for a good development later, either this evening or tomorrow. I've lent Phil my 15mm, which he's currently using, and I'm using his 35 1.4, the new version, the Summer Lux with the 0.4 close focusing. It's big and heavy, and it's making me really happy for my own 35mm decision, which is the smaller 2.5, but it's still a lovely lens. I look forward to seeing probably no difference at the apertures I'm working with. Very efficiently now towards the end of the procession. Chariot's being pulled, and it's going to terminate back at the same temple we started at. Finished your roll? Walking now back for the overground, and I'll head back to East Ham and hopefully photograph the conclusion of the event there to finish my roll, and that will be the day. So hopefully you'll be seeing footage of lovely whatever it is currently as I'm speaking, but if not, and it's just the back of the fair, then you'll know that it wasn't that good in East Ham.